Hello, I'm John Cunningham, and welcome to another episode of the RedChip Money Report. For those of you new to the show, RedChip is an investor relations, media, and research firm focused on emerging growth companies. Our unique platform combines global multimedia with traditional investor relations, reaching investors around the world. Today's show features interviews with executives of two public companies. First up is Sharps Technology, stock symbol STSS, trading on the NASDAQ. Sharps Technology is a medical device and pharmaceutical packaging company specializing in the development and manufacturing of innovative drug delivery systems targeting multi-billion-dollar market opportunities. We'll learn more about Sharps' expanding product portfolio and their growing sales when we speak with the CEO later in the show. Next up is BullFrog AI, which recently IPO'd on the NASDAQ and trades under the stock symbol BFRG. BullFrog is focused on tech-enabled drug development. Its proprietary BF Leap analytics engine is derived from technology that's been developed at the Johns Hopkins University Applied Physics Lab. This powerful tool enables BullFrog to analyze massive, complex, multifactorial data sets to enable the successful development of pharmaceuticals and biologics. This analytics tool predicts which patients will respond to therapies in development. Later, you'll see an interview with BullFrog CEO Vin Singh, where he'll discuss BullFrog's AI technology and how it could revolutionize drug development. Now, before we get to the first interview, our quote of the week. It comes from the book Small Stocks, Big Money. You can be happy with the companies you own, but you may not be happy with their stock performance. If you know what you're investing in and you're patient, you'll have a day when the market recognizes the value, but that may not be today or tomorrow. This quote comes from Byron Roth, CEO of Roth Capital, featured in Chapter 7 of Small Stocks, Big Money. This is a book of exclusive interviews with some of the biggest players in the microcap space. Get a digital copy on Amazon today for just $18. Now let's get started with our first interview today with Sharps Technology.
Today we have with us Robert Hayes, CEO of Sharps Technology. Robert, thank you for being here.
No, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Sales of the first 1.3 million units of your new safety syringe product are now underway. The near-term commercialization of your pre-fillable syringe product lines is expected to accelerate revenue growth in 2023 and beyond. Let's start with an overview of those rapidly expanding operations.
The IPO that we completed in April of 22 helped us raise the funds to allow us to purchase the manufacturing facility in Europe, which gave us a great opportunity to begin manufacturing in late 22 and continue the scale up into 23. So as you know, we've shipped product here to the United States for sale that will begin in Q2 of this year. And so we're really excited about getting those products into the market here in the United States. As also announced in late 22, we completed a collaboration agreement with Nephron Pharmaceuticals, which will give us a manufacturing facility here in the United States for the specialized copolymer pre-fillable syringes, which opens up that opportunity for us here.
Robert, syringes, ubiquitous in every single doctor's office in the world. How big is the market opportunity you and the team are addressing?
Yeah, that's the great news. The healthcare industry is really a nice place to be as a startup company. When you look at syringes, there's many different platforms. The two platforms that we're going to work with are the smart safety disposable syringes. And when you look at that, it's estimated right now to be just over 7 billion USD. And when you look at pre-fillable syringes with the specialized copolymers and glass products, it's well over 6 billion USD. So really nice market space for us. We plan to compete in very niche markets within those opportunities and create the customer base that we can work with.
Now, within that gigantic market, I want to know about the business model. How do you make money?
Yeah, so that's where the partnerships become key. So the opportunity to purchase our own facility was one thing, but the opportunity to partner and collaborate with a large healthcare company here in the United States really is going to be transformative for our company and allow us to move forward. So with the facility in Hungary, we'll be able to produce in a low-cost manufacturing environment our smart safety syringe technology. And through the distribution and sales agreement that we have with Nephron, we'll be able to target well over 3,000 customers that they work with every day. And then with the manufacturing facility here in South Carolina to produce the high-value products, pre-fillable, we'll be able to produce those in a low-cost opportunity in South Carolina, collaborating with Nephron, and it creates a specialized opportunity for us to begin to offer our products to the market in the second half of 23.
You've been mentioning Nephron. We know how important it is to Sharps. Let's elaborate on that partnership with Nephron. Tell us more.
Yeah, so Nephron, that agreement that we have with Bill and Lou Kennedy, who own Nephron Pharmaceuticals, is really transformative for our company. It's going to move us forward against our operation and sales plan probably by 2 years or more. The opportunity to co-manufacture high-value products, the pre-fillable syringes with the specialized technology and sizes is one thing, but also the opportunity to use their 3PL distribution sales teams and their online portal with access to 3,000 customers allows us to create these commercial opportunities that'll take place really quickly. The parts that probably haven't been talked about as much, but that are significant, is that, partnering with Nephron, it gives us the opportunity to have immediate sales. So Nephron needs these products. Customers like Nephron need these products. So the opportunity to make and sell will be right away, and which is going to help us. And then the opportunity to expand. So the facility there in South Carolina has about 45 million pieces of capacity. We can expand with an additional 100 million pieces of capacity as we need to grow this space here in the United States. So, when you look at it all the way through and what they're asking us to do to help them, it really, really will change our company.
Robert, let's look at that pre-fillable syringe, so important to Sharps. It could really be a game changer, not just for Sharps, but for the medical industry. What makes it unique compared to the competition?
Yeah, so these specialized copolymer syringes in the pre-fillable formats allow us to make products that compete with the traditional glass syringe. The copolymers have a lot of the same types of properties from the standpoint of working with different types of products. And then the opportunity to customize them with copolymers and injection molding technologies allows you to create different configurations which allow you to target different niche markets more effectively. And so the copolymer, eliminates the breakage, gives you the stability, allows you to really target segments of the market that have been difficult for glass syringes over the many years. And then offering up the copolymers in the, what I would call specialized sizes. So it's not just going to be one product. We'll have products that start in the 1 ml size, the 5 ml size, the 10 ml size, all the way up to 50 ml. And so offering the platform with the different sizes, offering the platform with different technologies like silicone-free and dual chamber, really give us an opportunity to, differentiate ourselves in the market somewhat from people that maybe offer one or two types of products.
Robert, management is the key to any company, and especially smaller cap companies. Who are some of the key players on the Sharps team?
We're fortunate to have really strong leadership, both at the board level and at the management level. We recently announced several key additions to my team. Justin Page, who will be the VP of Operations for us, supporting the technical and engineering aspects of the startup at South Carolina for Nephron and for us. So Justin Page and I have worked together before. He has a very strong plastics engineering background, and so he'll be beneficial to us for that operation. Braden Miller is an expert in the product design and product development space. Again, we worked together in our past. in specialized packaging. And so he'll be leading the efforts for all of these specialized technologies that we're going to bring forward. Jill Eisenhower, who is the person I brought over to help lead the quality systems and what I would call field quality engineering aspects of our business, where we work with customers directly at their sites, making sure that they get the right products. We spec out everything that needs to be done for them. She and I have worked together in our past. She's worked with big names like Pfizer and Merck and others, and so she has a lot of real practical experience dealing with the customer base that we're going to target. The guy that's really, exciting for us is a gentleman who has an Italian background, Filippo Filippi. He is the general manager running the operation in Hungary, and his team, I got a chance to meet them shortly after I joined Sharps. And it's really exciting, the expertise that he brings and his team brings and what they're doing with that facility in Hungary to get it all started up. So he's worked on several different continents across a handful of different companies doing this type of work. So we're really fortunate to have him and his team helping us get going.
In summary, Robert, what's the essential value proposition? Why should investors take an interest in Sharps right now?
There's several reasons. One, we just talked about the strong management team and the capabilities that they bring, but the partnership with Nephron Pharmaceuticals, they're one of the largest 503B and pharmaceutical filling companies in the United States. To have them as a partner, not only in the co-manufacturing, but in all aspects of our business, is really going to change our company. And then you're bringing forward these specialized platforms for prefillable syringes. Like we mentioned, that is going to accelerate everything that we're trying to do and move us into what I would call the high value proposition portion of the space for healthcare drug delivery. And then, the opportunity to go from pre-revenue to revenue in our second year is significant. So having products that are approved by the FDA, that have the CE mark, that are approved by the WHO, having products that we can sell across the two different platforms this year, and then generating revenue, and then moving into earnings later this year and early 24 is really going to change our company. And I think the appeal there is we have the specialized technology, we've got the partnership with customers, and we have the right product configurations that are going to be managed by the leadership team that I've brought in. So it's really exciting.
We definitely agree, Robert, and it is a fascinating story. Thank you for sharing it with us.
No, thanks for having me.
Now, to get more information on Sharps technology, visit STSSinfo.com. You'll see research reports, fact sheets, presentations, and their latest videos. It's all free. You can even subscribe to email alerts to stay on top of the latest news. You can also call 1-800-RedChip to speak to a specialist if you have any questions. We also have a free weekly newsletter you can subscribe to at redchip.com, featuring emerging growth companies like Sharps Technology. Again, visit redchip.com and subscribe today. In addition to our newsletter, you can order Small Stocks, Big Money. This is a book written by RedChip's CEO, featuring interviews with some of the biggest players in the microcap space. Get a digital copy on Amazon for just $18. Now let's move on to our next interview today with BullFrog AI.
We're here today with Vin Singh, the founder and CEO of BullFrog AI, stock symbol BFRG. Welcome to sunny Florida. Welcome to the studio, Vin.
Thanks, Todd. Great to be here.
I really want to congratulate you. You had an IPO recently, NASDAQ listing, and that's always a very exciting time.
Yeah, it's a great moment, a milestone for our company, and we're excited about the future.
AI is one of the hottest things going right now. It's all over the news. I guess since ChatGPT came out, it's really been getting a lot of juice. Why don't you tell us a little history about your AI?
So our AI comes from the Johns Hopkins University Applied Physics Lab, and that's one of the top institutions in the world, extremely innovative. They work on lots of amazing technologies. They spent a lot of time and money developing this AI platform. It's actually won awards there for Innovation of the Year. And it has an amazing ability to predict targets of interest in large, complex data sets. It's, in some ways, it's similar to what ChatGPT is. ChatGPT is what you call generative AI. And that means you're generating new content from existing content. So when you hear stories about ChatGPT being used to create, a new article or write a book, publish a book, in our technology, it's a similar approach. We take data, clinical data, real-world data, and we're able to generate new data, which are relational databases or relational networks. So we take that existing data, create these networks, and we can show relationships that were previously unknown. And from there, we can get insights and do the amazing things that we're looking to do with the drug development process.
The Johns Hopkins University is clearly an amazing partner to have in medical breakthroughs, and obviously the APL is doing all types of things. Maybe how did you get involved with them to begin with? That's just a little history.
I had a relationship with Johns Hopkins. I actually did my MBA there. And then learned about APL, which is a subsidiary of Johns Hopkins. And the reason I even started the company was I was looking for a tool that could help improve the odds of success in late-stage clinical development, because as you may or may not know, big pharma fails about 50% of the time in phase 3. And I thought, wow, that's a really big number. And for oncology and cardiovascular and CNS, that number is even higher. So, it just so happens that APL had a solution, and we were able to get worldwide exclusive rights to that solution for drug development applications.
Wow, that's an amazing feat for a relatively small company. I know you've only got about a little under 6 million shares outstanding, so very exciting time for you guys. You've got a couple of drugs already in the pipeline. In fact, one came out of the Johns Hopkins University. One of the programs already has some clinical data. Why don't you just give us a breakdown of your drug pipeline?
We do have a drug for glioblastoma, which is a very aggressive type of brain cancer. Johns Hopkins took the drug through a phase 1 trial, and it was successful, really looking for safety, but there were hints of other possibilities as well. And this was in newly diagnosed patients with glioblastoma. It was also tested on pediatric patients as well. So that was a phase 1. We also have another drug, also for glioblastoma from Johns Hopkins that's related to this first drug. So right now we're in the process of developing our strategy for how best to move forward with these 2 programs, right? Because we want to do what makes the most sense for our company and for patients, right? We want to be successful. And we're going to be looking to partner this program. And, we come to the table with the drug and our technology, and the partner would come to the table with resources and clinical experience. And our objective, like everything we do, is to advance this drug one stage and then flip it to big pharma. So that's really what our business model is. The second program is a discovery program we recently announced with the J. Craig Venter Institute. And that's where we are using our technology to effectively reprogram a herpes virus to attack colorectal cancer cells. So we're basically taking the genome from a herpes virus and swapping out pieces of it to find the optimal combination so that these herpes virus particles actually go after a colorectal and attack the colorectal cancer cells without harming healthy cells or having off-target effects. So that's a really exciting discovery phase project. And again, our objective here is to take this program, advance it one stage, and then partner it. And we're going to keep repeating that cycle.
Sounds amazing. That sounds like something out of the Bourne Identity or something. So next level technology for sure. Could your AI you think give that program a better chance? How would that work?
Well, absolutely. I mean, because this is a very complicated problem that we're trying to solve. So when you have very large data sets, complex data sets, and you're trying to make predictions, which is what we're doing here. We're trying to predict which combination of genes is going to allow this reprogrammed herpes virus to do what it wanted to do. You need a technology like AI, machine learning, to achieve that.
What do you think is causing all this fervor and excitement around AI in the market?
Well, I think AI is starting to mature. Hearing about ChatGPT and all the amazing applications, I mean, that's brought it to the consumer. Everybody can now get access to AI. And as we continue seeing success stories and the value it can add, making people's lives easier, more efficient, and that's no different in healthcare. We're seeing AI being applied in drug discovery, imaging, the things that we're doing, which are discovery all the way to clinical development. As we keep hearing success stories about AI, I think people are getting more and more excited about it, and it's just proving itself to be a very valuable tool with tremendous potential.
How do you think your algorithms might separate you apart from, let's just say your traditional, there's a lot of biotech AIs out there?
Well, I'm glad you asked me that. We think that most AI companies in the healthcare biotech space are using open source algorithms. Our algorithms are proprietary. They were developed at the Johns Hopkins University Applied Physics Lab. And a paper was published where our algorithms went head-to-head against the other open source algorithms that are being used today, where about a dozen different data sets were analyzed. Our algorithms came out on top for speed and accuracy. So we know that we have something special that appears to be better than what others are using today, and we think that gives us an advantage. And it's not something you see very often where a company is publishing head-to-head against the competition. So I think that's giving us a lot of confidence, a lot of optimism, and it's a objective proof point that you can't debate it. The data's there. APL has more than 6,000 engineers and scientists. They develop all kinds of amazing technologies related to national defense, space exploration, robotics, things like that. Our platform won Innovation of the Year at APL, and that's a big deal. So we're coming from real quality. The core of our company is real quality.
Vin, what is the, why don't you bring it home for the audience today? What is the essential value proposition? Why should our audience consider investing in BullFrog AI today?
We are a tech-enabled drug development company. So we're an AI company applying our technology to the problems in drug development. Our value proposition is this. Drug development is a very long and expensive and high-risk project. Okay, you're talking about 10 to 15 years, $1 to $2 billion. We believe we can increase the chances for success. And when we do that, it's going to impact the entire healthcare infrastructure. The pharmaceutical companies are going to win, BullFrog is going to win, patients are going to win because they're going to get access to drugs that work for them. Even insurance companies are going to win because half the drugs they reimburse for don't even work. The end result of all of that is very expensive therapies for all of us. We all take medications, or we're going to take them in the future, and we believe that the things that we're doing will ultimately make these therapies more affordable for all of us. So what BullFrog is doing is ultimately going to touch all of us.
Amazing stuff, Vin. About 1.5 million shares in the float, and already the trading volume even today is exciting. The trend is your friend. It's starting to go. So I could certainly see some very exciting times ahead for the investment community. And of course, it's always great to help patients and the healthcare system become more efficient, more precise. Really, I want to thank you for spending the time with us in Florida. I'm looking forward to our road show the next couple of days. And thanks again for being with us, Vin.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Now to get more information on BullFrog AI, visit BFRGinfo.com. You'll see research reports, fact sheets, presentations, and the latest videos. It's all free. You can even subscribe to email alerts to stay on top of the latest news. You can also call 1-800-RedChip to speak to a specialist if you have any questions. We also have a free weekly newsletter you can subscribe to at redchip.com, featuring emerging growth companies like BullFrog AI. Again, visit redchip.com and subscribe today. In addition to our newsletter, you can also order Small Stocks, Big Money. This is a book written by RedChip CEO, featuring interviews with some of the biggest players in the microcap space. Get a digital copy on Amazon for just $18. Now let's recap the companies you met today. First you met Sharps Technology, stock symbol STSS, trading on the NASDAQ. Sales of Sharps safety syringes are ramping, and the company expects to commercially launch its new line of pre-fillable syringe systems in the second half of 2023. With a clear path to triple-digit top-line growth that could drive revenues to $10 million in 2023 and more than $80 million in 2025, Sharps Technology represents an extremely compelling opportunity for early investors. Visit STSSinfo.com to learn more. Then you met BullFrog AI, stock symbol BFRG on the NASDAQ. The average cost of a new drug is $2.6 billion, and it typically takes over 8 years before it will reach the market. BullFrog is deploying its proprietary BF Leap platform for use at several critical stages of development. The intention is to streamline data analytics and lower the overall development costs for new therapeutics by decreasing failure rates and potentially impacting the lives of countless patients that may have otherwise not received the therapies they need. Again, to learn more about BullFrog AI, visit BFRGinfo.com. Again, if you have any questions about any of the public companies featured on today's show, please call us at 1-800-RedChip or email us at info@redchip.com. In closing, remember, while small caps can provide significant gains, you must be prepared for the downside. Small cap stocks are among the most volatile asset class. Some of the companies featured on this show are RedChip client companies, and we may own stock in these companies. So please always read our disclosures at redchip.com. Thanks for being with us today. We'll see you next week with some new exciting emerging growth companies.